Warning, this piece dives into the deepest shadows of my past, including clinical depression and the thoughts of suicide. I share this raw truth not to trigger, but to show how deeply the light can penetrate the dark. Please check in with yourself before reading. My sadhana practice, which is now commonly a 4-hour process that I immensely look forward to, started with a daily 10-minute commitment to myself to find a way to be happy at any cost. And it worked. It was a slow process, of course. Like everything, consistency is key. Someone recently told me that one day they plan to take 30 days to meditate to see what happens. While this would likely show some sort of results, I feel that is kind of like sticking to a diet for 30 days and expecting life-changing weight loss results. My depression was not responding to pharmaceutical treatment any longer, and even though I desperately was wishing for death, I made the choice not to take my life because of my children. My commitment to myself was 10 minutes to meditate every single day, no excuses. I didn't care if I was tired or sick or not in the mood. I committed to every single day. If after my 10-minute commitment, I didn't want to go back to bed, then I gave myself that option, but I don't think I ever stopped after 10 minutes except for maybe once or twice in 7 years. I was making a choice to find a way to be happy, no matter what it took. Meditation can help with rewiring the traumatized brain, breaking the cycles of rumination and depression, and healing disassociation through somatic reconnection, among so many other known benefits. We now know that trauma is stored in the body, so releasing through somatic practice is very important. I also knew that if I did not do this first thing in the morning, that life would inevitably get in the way. So this is the first thing I do every single day, other than the necessities of using the bathroom and getting my beverage of choice beforehand. I had dabbled in yoga and meditation for many years, but never on any type of regular basis. I had also read the book, The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz, which was completely life-changing, and I was aware of Deepak Chopra's work, which was what sparked my interest in other religions. I had walked away from Christianity specifically after going down the path of ministry for a while, but all religions by my mid-20s. I was very anti-religion and very anti-God. I was very angry at God. I do not follow any one religion. I draw from many, and I eventually found peace with God. I very quickly became a huge fan of Deepak Chopra, the Soul of Healing Affirmations, which is a guided meditation. This is still what I listen to every single day. My practice of ritual has grown immensely over the years. I started with an electric fireplace, a warm beverage, and meditating. My current rituals to create my sacred space include Deepak Chopra, of course, an electric fireplace because I hate the cold, and essential oils or incense, candles, and stones. Ultimately, it's really about figuring out what you like and what works for you. I've realized that my family does a lot of home decorating, gardening, and shopping as forms of ritual to feel safe. This is not intentional, but instinctual, and does seem to work for them. I used to go to yoga studios and love the energy and the ambiance there, and one day it occurred to me to create that space in my home. So this is what I did. My son came into my room the other day where I have created the most zen space in my home, and he told me that it is so zen in my bedroom that he was going to meditate on accident just by being in there. Ritual can bridge the internal and external worlds. Trauma survivors like structure and control, which this permits and allows for somatic integration. Visualization, which is something else that I integrate into my practice, which can help with feelings of safety and control, regaining control of the imagination to replace flashbacks and involuntary visualizations. I work with Reiki energy, but you can find whatever works for you. This year, I have specifically integrated singing mantras in Sanskrit to work with the vagus nerve. I have incorporated singing intentionally since my 20s. I found that when I couldn't get the flashbacks to stop, that if I played music and sang along, they would go away. Over the years, I honed my music choices to focus on music that did not have negative lyrics towards women and had more positive messages for the most part. I became aware of working with the vagus nerve and sound vibrations many years ago, which is why I specifically added it to my morning practice this year. The vagus nerve is the longest cranial nerve in the body, and it acts as the main highway for the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest, digest, and heal mode. We need to be in this state in order to heal. I do typically start in lotus position, which is what comes to mind for most of us when we think of meditation, but I move to different yoga poses as I see fit through the meditation. When my body starts to move past the point of discomfort, I change positions. During my meditation practice, which can be still, active, or any combination in between, I include strength training and stretching. I focus on functional movement as I age. The point is to keep my mind on the moment and not follow or engage the thoughts that keep passing through my mind. This is practice, not perfection. I find that this is what I do, a lot of mental processing, and I get a lot of clarity on things. When most people think of yoga, they envision beautiful flowing movement in pretzel positions, which is one of the many options called vinyasa. This is not what I do at all. Most of what I practice is in the yin variety, although I find myself taking the poses into active instead of passive poses many times because I push myself. After an hour or more of meditation, I typically move into more active movement and strength training, but still staying in a very meditative environment, focusing on the movement. I practice core strength and inversion every day to keep the pain away in my lower lumbar area due to degeneration, as well as balance poses occasionally for functional movement as I age. I like to finish with singing mantra in Sanskrit and reading and/or studying. I hope this gives you guys some ideas on how to create your own practice and your own journey to find internal peace. The anatomy of my sadhana. Number 1, set your goal and commitment. 10 minutes a day, time block your calendar, give yourself permission to go back to bed after 10 minutes if you want to, but commit to showing up for those 10 minutes no matter what. Number 2, design your sacred space. Trauma thrives on predictability and safety. Choose your temperature, lighting, scents, intentionally to signal your nervous system that it is safe to drop your guard. Number 3, establish your sensory rituals. Incorporate objects that ground you. Essential oils, incense, candles, or stones. Use the tangible to help you access the intangible peace within. Number 4, anchoring the mind with meditation and/or prayer. Whether it's a silent pause or a guided track like Deepak Chopra's affirmations, find a vocal anchor that drowns out the internal noise and rewires the mental dialogue. Movement, stretching, and strengthening. I want to stay mobile as I age. This is a huge priority for me. This will vary greatly based on personal needs and ability. Number 6, reclaiming the imagination. Use visualization or energy work like Reiki to build an internal landscape for safety. Take back control of your mind's eye. Number 7, somatic integration. Stimulate the vagus nerve directly. Use sound vibrations, humming, dancing, or singing mantras in Sanskrit to move stagnant trauma out of the tissues and lock in the healing. Thank you for sitting with me in the dark today so we can find the light together. If this resonated with your journey, please like, follow, and share this video and help someone else find their way out. I'll see you guys very soon.